Hi, I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles. This is Indoor Cycling 101, session number 7, the importance of bike rotation in commercial indoor cycling facilities. Now, what this means, what this topic means is if you walk into an indoor cycling class, typically you'll see rows of bikes. There'll be an area of the room where the instructor's situated. Probably the stereo will be there, the instructor bike, and they'll typically be facing outward into a sea of bikes. And that sea of bikes will typically have rows, and you'll have the front row, middle row, back row, depending on how many bikes. I service clubs where they may have 10 rows of bikes. And in my experience, the most intense riders will usually be up front. And the new people, or the people that typically ride a little less intensely, will be in the back rows. And what that does to the bikes, because typically when these bikes are purchased or new bikes are put into a club, the age of the bikes will all be the same from the front row to the back row. But in the front row, because of the intensity level is double, triple, or quadruple than the back rows, the bikes in the front of the room in front of the instructor will get harder use. They'll wear faster, and you'll end up with, as you gradually move to the back of the room, the bike's getting better and better and better condition. And the parts will wear differently too. The most common repetitive items like saddles and pedals, resistance pads, they'll be wearing out in the front rows, and the back rows will be fine. One of the little things that we do in the clubs we service, and I typically service 500 plus bikes a month on average, is we will take the back rows and the front rows and we'll generate the bikes like this. So we'll take back row bikes, put them in the front row bikes, put them in the back, and we'll exchange rows till we get to the middle of the room. And you can't do that like every 6 months or every year and a half. You should do it on a regular basis, every month to 2 months. And that gives more of a general, equal wear pattern to your bikes, the consistency of the bikes in terms of aesthetics. You don't want the two front rows beat up and rusty with worn out seats and busted up pedals, and then the back rows, everything looks beautiful. You want a consistent wear pattern in the room as your classes happen and the weeks and the months and the years go by. So bike rotation is an important dynamic to a successful indoor group cycling class. You can read a little more about bike rotation in the indoor group cycling classes on my website. Go to StudioCycles.com. In the upper right hand corner you'll see a link for BikeTechUSA.org, BikeTech.org.com. BikeTech USA is the old Studio Cycles, which was a technical and information-based site where I sold my manuals over the last 8 to 10 years. The old Studio Cycles is now BikeTech USA, and the new Studio Cycles is a full e-commerce website for bikes, parts, manuals, chemicals, and as time goes by, we're adding more and more and more things to the site. And BikeTech USA will be more of an available resource in terms of ease of use and how to find that site. So bike rotation for indoor group cycling, check it out, session number 7, Indoor Cycling 101.